Hey guys. Oh man, my other clock said it was like 5:59 and so it's off. I think I had a power outage this weekend and it got off. So I apologize for being a couple minutes late. But hello, hello, hello. Connie, you're here. Hello, Michelle. Miss T, hi. Grammy Karen, Michelle. Oh, you guys, you're amazing. Thank you for being here. Um, hello, hello. Oh, Connie, I'm so sorry that your knees are hurting. That's Yes, Michelle, I am working those beds. Things are coming along. Things are growing. Absolutely. Oh, nice, Alicia. It was a beautiful day here too. It was probably 73, something like that, for the highs. So, going to Idaho next weekend. Oh, is that for the going to the meetup? That's awesome. I'm so glad you can get there. That is so great. Yeah, knee pain is. It's like the older you get, the quicker that happens too. Oh my goodness, Miss T. Ooh. And where are you then? Hello, hey Don. Thank you. Yes, I have been out in the sun. Definitely a lot of days out in the sun here. Oh, 90s. Oh, New York State. Okay. Thank you, Miss T. Hey Rebecca, hello. Oh no, I'm so sorry. And you're sitting there waiting and have nothing better to do than get on my live, huh? You guys, you just amaze me. You really do. So thank you. We will definitely keep you in prayer, Rebecca. So I hope that it's nothing serious and that you'll be able to get home soon. 104 the other day. Oh, I haven't hit that yet. I've been to 98 here, absolutely, but this week, the last few days have been absolutely gorgeous. I was gone all weekend. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was at my parents' helping to take care of my dad. And so my mom could get a little time away. And so it was really, really nice, very blessed time to be able to have, excuse me, I can drink water here, and to have some Father's Day time with him over the weekend. So it was really nice. But it was so beautiful that I didn't have to keep my air conditioner running when I was gone, which was great. And we got rain, so I didn't have to worry about watering the garden. It was like perfect. And thank you, Alicia. That was very sweet. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Miss T, I've been here every Monday, so I think I missed maybe one or two last fall, but that was it. So I know it's a great week to be out in the weather and gardening, and I have. Well, thank you. Thanks, Alicia. Hey, Chad. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yes, I have. Things are growing so fast, and it's one of the things about being in the north here, and I know some of you other northerners experience this too. That with our really long days and the sun just staying up for a long time, things grow fast, and it's like we've got to hustle. It's not like it's just taking its time and just growing and growing and growing and growing. It's like it's in and just it's growing fast. And oh my goodness, it's like, the beans are up, the tomatoes are 4 times the size they were from a week and a half ago, things like that. And yeah, stuff just grows so incredibly fast. And so it means taking the time to get out there and weeding and everything else. Hey, Wendy, thanks for being here. Thank you, Karen. I just want to give a shout out to my moderators right now. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here and helping out and having my back. You guys are great. You all are great. Hey, Eliza. Hello. Oh, wow. You get tomatoes already. Yeah, my plants are still growing up. So I don't have buds yet. I started them a little later this year. Last year I started them way too early, and I maybe could have started them a week or two sooner than I did this year. It was around April 20th, I think, is when I started them. And last year I started them at March 15th. And by the middle of May, they were like 3 feet tall. It was way too big. So, yes, Chad, the weeds grow really fast too. And that's where it's like, you have to stay on top of everything. It's like, as soon as you get things in the ground, then it's like weeding, and taking care of everything. Scott, hello. And Sean, hi. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Alicia. Yep, it's evening here, but afternoon for you, Scott, and for Sean. So thanks, guys, for being here. Highland Homestead, hello. Thank you for being here. Wonderful. I'm trying to remember if you were Ireland or Scotland. I can't remember which one, so I apologize. So, yeah, you guys, there's, my goodness, so much going on. So, yes, our weather has been cooler and finally getting some rain. I mean, our grass was just like getting so brown. My birch trees in the front, okay, they're river birch, which I didn't really know when I planted them, but they've been in for 20 years. And river birch, the reason they call them a river birch is because they plant them along the shoreline of rivers. And the the roots will, they're kind of shallower roots, but they'll go down and they'll just like drink right from the river. And so they love lots of water, and they don't put down like this really deep tap root or anything. So they're just kind of shallower and spread out. Well, being up here and having them kind of shallower and spread out, they require a lot of water. They require at least an inch of water a week, at least. And we, oh boy, we've had maybe an inch of rain in like 2 months. And so I finally started watering the trees, and I should have gotten out there sooner, but with the storms this weekend, I came home and there's already yellow birch leaves all scattered around my yard, and it's like, it's not fall. It's only the middle of June, you know. It is like, and I've got my leaves turning yellow and falling off the trees. So that's like I know I love the peeling, the bark that peels from the river birch and the paper birch too. They're just so beautiful. They do really, really well in the wind. The part of when if they don't get enough water, they not only lose their leaves, but then I have a lot of dead branches underneath. So right now, because last fall was a little dry and I didn't get out there watering enough, and then the spring, so I've got a lot of dead branches under there. But they do really well with the wind. They just like go back and forth and fly all over, and they're beautiful. The leaves just kind of rustle and stuff in the wind, so they're really beautiful. Julie, hello. Hello. You have a small backyard with one maple tree, but it shades most of the yard. Oh, that's nice. Rebecca, you never got to start your garden. I'm going to try late crop or grow inside. You know, that's great. Yeah, there are a lot of things that are shorter term things. So, I mean, you would probably still have a good 85 or 90 days at least, depending on where you are before your first frost. So you should be able to plant quite a few things within that time. Beans take, 55, 65 days, something like that. So you should still be able to get quite a few things. I know peas, you can certainly do a later crop with that too. Shayla, hello, thanks for coming in. Oops, I'm getting behind here. My thingy's not moving. My thingy isn't moving. Okay. The helicopter seed part, not the wing part, is edible. Oh. Uh, there's a lot of edible things out there, most definitely. Oh, Highland Homestead, you probably answered me. I'm sorry if I missed you. Hey, Simply Southern Roots. Hi. Thank you for coming. You guys are awesome. Oh, goodness sakes. Hey, Faithful Fields Homestead. That's a beautiful title for your channel. That's very nice. The hospital lady program. How long are you going to be in there, Rebecca? I mean, I hope it's not a, whoops. I hope it's not a real extended stay for you. I've got my main garden is totally done. I still have to work on the garden that's on the south side of my house. I was hoping to do that the end of last week, but with being gone for a while, it took a bit of time in there. Your husband wants you to try tapping the tree. Oh, in the fall? The sap runs in the spring, so I'm interested why you would do it in the fall. So, thanks, Karen. That's very sweet. All right. So I'm working on my south bed. Right now there's lemon balm in there and a few other annual or perennial flowers. I have a hosta in there, but I have sage and peppermint and some borage that I have extra plants for that I want to stick in there. Just things that rabbits won't eat. So I'm going to put those in there and then start getting it like a perennial herb thing. And I don't care if they fill it up and run all over. It'll be great. Hey, Christy. Hello. Hi, Megan. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. All right. We're going to kind of mix things up a little bit here. I know we're going to talk about chamomile today. Here in Canada, you see videos of maple trees tapped in the fall. Oh, okay. Interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, I didn't know they tapped in the fall and winter. I know they tap in early or late winter, early spring when there's still a lot of snow out. And then as they tap, then they take the maple syrup, or as they were cooking it down and get the syrup, then they'll make maple candy in the snow, stuff like that. You follow Wilderstead, that would be a good one. They do a lot of maple syrup too. First time, 12 days, 1 week at home, 7 days so far this time. Oh, I'm so sorry, Rebecca. I hope you get well soon. I really do. So Highland Homestead, what have you grown that's got you so excited this year? I'm sorry, I was outside a lot. I'm thirsty. All right. We're going to start with a garden tip. So for those of you who are new, I do a garden tip and a prep tip and a main topic. And tonight's main topic is chamomile by watermelon. Oh, that sounds really, really good. Eliza, that's so neat. I know, I wish I had. I mean, I could tap my birch trees, and they're starting to get big enough I could probably tap them, but don't hurt yourself eating. I like that. That's a good one, Connie. Yeah, garden tip. Don't hurt yourself weeding. That's great. All right. Something that, oops, right here. Sorry, I've got all these things up. About companion planting. And I know that's something I could probably do a full live show on and everything, but I'm just going to kind of touch on a little bit. So for those of you who aren't familiar with companion planting, That means that there are some plants that go really well with some other ones that help to repel insects and different pests. They can attract beneficial insects. They can improve the soil nutrients. They can encourage faster growth, actually, and even better taste. So, and one of them is chamomile. If you plant it next to some things, it actually releases specific chemicals that help to have your other foods taste better, like tomatoes and potatoes and stuff. They also provide ground cover, which would be like instead of having to mulch and everything, they provide a nice ground cover. They can provide necessary shade for different sensitive plants around them, and they can serve as markers. Let's say, radishes grow really fast, and so you want to plant them maybe in and out of the carrots because those are slow growers, or even something, other herbs. And so you can put a few radishes in there and mark them in the rows so that you know where your rows of foods are. So anyway, those are just some benefits of companion planting. Yeah, that was funny. Hey, Gail's Garden Herbs. Hi, and Debbie, Carmen, good evening. Yes, and actually chamomile is a really good one that goes, like I said, with tomatoes and potatoes. So, which I didn't really know until I was researching for this tonight. I was like, oh, I could have put some chamomile in my tomatoes too. So that would have been kind of fun. What it does to the flavor, I'm not sure. This says it improves it. I don't know if it makes it sweeter or what, but anyway, it's supposed to really enhance it. Oh, thank you, Highland Homestead. I appreciate that. So, kind of leads then right into chamomile. So, chamomile is what they call a nervine type plant, which means that it helps with our nerves, anxiety, insomnia, that type of thing. So, when you pick it, now this is all I have as a picture. Let me see, I'm covering this up here. So when you pick it, you don't want to pick just the yellow heads. You want to get the flowers in there too. Now in the store, when you get chamomile, they have only picked just the yellow heads of it. They just I don't know, throw the petals away or something, or wait until the petals fall off or something, I'm not sure. So you're not getting like all the benefits of it. And, but if you go out and you picking every day, that will help encourage the growth. The same with calendula too, and like a lot of flowers and plants. If you pick them every day, that encourages the growth in the plant. So that's great, Kale. I love that. Confuse those crazy bugs. Yes. Oh, Rebecca, that's a good tip. Yes, I like that one. You guys feel free to offer your tips too. I like that one. Stay out of a woman's way, which just uses me. I would be that one. I would definitely be that person. Chamomile, some of the other things it does as a companion plant is it helps to prevent mold, fungus, mildew, blight, any bad bacteria in the garden, and a few other things too. But so those are some of the great things that chamomile can do. So what you want to do is actually start it indoors earlier in the spring. Let me see what it says here. Well, it sprouts in 10 to 14 days. It is frost hardy. Now it is an annual. Let me see. Yeah, so German chamomile is an annual. There are two different kinds of chamomile. There's a Roman chamomile, and that's a perennial, and it grows from the same root year after year. So it sets that root, and that's where it grows from. German chamomile is an annual, but it will self-sow throughout the year. You know, especially if you're not picking the flowers or something, it will drop its seeds all over and it will continue to self sow, and so it actually will come up every year, just in a different spot. um, so so that'll be good. I wasn't sure. I had to go and pick out or pull out my packet because I wasn't sure which chamomile I had, but the German chamomile actually has a few more. It's a little bit higher in nutrients than the Roman chamomile. So it's really kind of interesting between the two different ones. They actually look the same, so you just have to know what you're planting. Mine germinated pretty well from this, so they're starting to grow. I've got one little herb bed, raised bed that I have this in, and a couple shallots in there, but I've got like 5 plants going here, so I should have a lot of chamomile this year. And so I'm really, really glad I started it. I knew it was good for me, you know, and had a lot of benefits. But as I was researching this, it was like, oh, hi, I'm so glad I grew that. You know, we hear about it as a great tea to drink in the evening, you know, before we go to bed and that kind of thing. So that's okay. Hey, Matt and Sarah, hello. I don't know. I actually wouldn't mind Alaska, absolutely. Grammy Karen, I'm sure you do a lot with chamomile. You've taught Jen so many things and passed on a lot to her, and she's sharing all that with us. So I want to thank you for that. So all these different things. So, oh, okay. So yes, you're right, Gail, and I remember that as I was going through here. So, yes. German chamomile is a little bit taller. Roman chamomile is a little bit lower, and it's more of a ground cover, I think, type of thing. So, how much sun does it need? It needs 6 to 12 hours of full sun. So it's not a shade plant, so you would want to have it in the sun. Oh, I know that's sweet, Karen. You know, they are really, I think so highly of them. I really do. And they're, my goodness, their last video was just like, oh, tears running down, that's for sure. The only time you drink chamomile tea is when you have acid reflux. Yes, it's very, very good. Eliza, mothballs will keep the snakes away too. So if you want to, but if you have little kids, that would be really risky. So, all right. Some of the benefits of the tea, it relaxes you and everything. It's loaded with antioxidants that can play a role in lowering your risk of several diseases, including heart disease and cancer. It can help digestion. It's got an antioxidant which is called it's APIG, so apiginin, ENIN, or apigenin. I don't know that one. Medical terms I'm not so good with. Anyway, that's an antioxidant, and it binds to certain receptors in your brain that help to promote sleepiness and reduce insomnia. And so the antioxidants found in chamomile have been linked with a lower incidence of certain types of cancer. The ones that they've done studies like in test tubes and things like that. Hey, Teresa. Hi. How are you? Yes, Dawn. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So test tube studies, it's been shown to fight the cells of breast cancer, digestive tract, skin, and prostate and uterine cancer. So, which is really kind of amazing. So if you just want a relaxing tea at night, you're fighting a whole bunch of other stuff too. It also helps with diabetes. Um, it said in a study, those who consumed chamomile tea every day with their meals for 8 weeks just for 8 weeks, had significantly lower average blood sugar levels than those who just drank water. So it's like, I've grown a bunch of this already. I mean, it's in my garden, and it's like, oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna start really. Karen, do the rabbits eat the chamomile? Because then I can grow it in my other bed too. So I don't know. Yes, I know, Connie. It's like, it's almost like taking all the things and just making a mix of everything that you would need. So, hey, Brenda, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate that. I know, isn't it amazing? So, significantly lowering your blood sugar. It's abundant in flavons, which is another class of antioxidants. And they've been studied for the potential to lower blood pressure and cholesterol levels, which end up reducing your heart disease risk. Said that they found that those who drank chamomile tea with meals had noteworthy improvements in their total cholesterol, triglyceride, and their bad LDL levels. So it lowers the blood sugar, lowers your LDL, your bad LDL, lowers your blood pressure, lowers all kinds of stuff. So I mean, it's like, and relaxes you. It's like all these wonderful things. So, rabbits love chamomile. Okay, they won't go outside my garden then. I won't be able to put them out there. Yeah, and let me see. Oh, and for postpartum women who drank chamomile tea for 2 weeks reported better sleep quality compared to those who didn't. So trying to get that sleep schedule going again after having the baby is just like, it almost like doesn't happen. So, but that really, really helped them out. These women also had fewer symptoms of depression, so any postpartum depression, which is usually linked to sleeping problems, which is amazing, and those people who drank chamomile tea actually fell asleep 15 minutes faster than those who didn't, and they wouldn't wake up through the night because they were relaxed more. And in this era of all the stress that's out there, it's like, yeah, I'll do the chamomile tea. So your cat likes rabbits. Oh, that's a good kitty. That's a really good kitty. Hey, Magreed, how are you? Oh, you're welcome. Lowers blood pressure. Oh, yeah, you might need to be careful with that. And again, like with anything, with any of these herbs that we talk about on here, always, if you're taking it for a specific thing, it's like, oh, I want to lower my blood sugar, check with your doctor first just to make sure, because like for Alicia, if you already have low blood pressure, it might bring you into a dangerous zone. So you just have to be careful with that. Okay. Tried coffee with cardamom. Ooh, that sounds really good. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but that sounds good. So, oh, hey, Dave. Sorry I missed you. Hello. He's kind of snuck right in there. Oh, that's good, Alicia. I'm so glad. It can be effective for promoting better digestion by reducing the risk of certain gastrointestinal conditions. Again, anti-inflammatory properties. It says it's found to be helpful in preventing stomach ulcers because it reduces the acidity in your stomach and it inhibits the growth of the bacteria that contribute to ulcer development. I mean, go figure how this one little flower in tea can do so many different things. It's pretty amazing. It's a great caffeine-free alternative to green tea or black tea. If you want to have a cup of tea at night, but You don't want something that's going to keep you up. So, all right. It's an easy one to grow. The foliage and the flowers are bright. Yeah, the leaves and everything, they're like very feathery, kind of ferny, feathery type of leaves, and the bright yellow and white leaves. It looks like a daisy type of thing almost. It very much thrives outside during the summer, but you can grow it inside. If you want to keep it going all through the winter, have some inside, or if you just don't have space outside, if you're in an apartment or something, you can easily grow it inside. There you go, Dave. Yep, get some more green tea. Yeah, Julie, if you have any extra room, throw it in the space in there. So let me see. Yes, if you want to put it indoors in a pot, it's great. Put it in at least a 12-inch diameter pot, and I mean, it doesn't have to be super deep, but at least 12 inches in diameter, so that, and you want to make sure that it's got good drainage, and you know, when you water it, get it wet, but not like soaking, dripping, sodden type of thing. The chamomile the seeds need light to germinate, and they should be at a temperature of at least 68 degrees, somewhere around there. So if your house is really, really cold, have a heating mat or near a radiator or something like that. And they sprout in about 2 weeks. It says after they've developed their second set of true leaves, then you can transplant them. So if you put them, or you can thin them to 1 every 2 inches if they began in a big pot. So indoors, the pot should be kept near a south-facing window. Again, maybe watering once a week or so. After 60 to 90 days, the plant should be ready to harvest for tea. So I think that would be a great one to keep going all winter long. Generally, Christy, you should sow them in the spring. Probably start them inside because it takes 10 to 14 days to germinate. If my tape is over this. More details at the website. Just plant them about 8 inches apart because they will get pretty big, and like I said, self sowing there. It's kind of a sweet, fruity fragrance and flavor to it. Set out transplants after the last frost of spring, or when plants are large enough to handle. So 2 weeks, at least a month. Start them at least a month before you'd want to put them out in your garden. And so that would be. You can use chamomile tea instead of black tea, making kombucha. Ooh, now that's a good option there. So I've got some links here that I actually meant to put in the description. But you guys can study up on all of this that I've been sharing with you. And, just save the links or something. So, oh, no problem. Is that Patty or Mac? Hey, Sand Hollow. Thank you for coming. All right. There's a few places here to check out. I'm going to link bomb you guys here. So this is where I was getting all my research from. So they all have different things in there. Mac is lurking. That's funny. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just link bombed you guys here. So, but if you open them up. They should open into a new window for you or something, so you can just open them and then get back to them later. But then, okay, how to fix it? So as you harvest these, you want to dry them. You want to dehydrate them. So just harvest the flower itself, not the whole plant or the stem or anything, because you want them to keep growing flowers. So just pick the flower heads off and then spread them out in a dehydrator. You want to do it really low temperature. You could do it in an oven too, but make sure it's like 95 to 100 degrees, because anything hotter than that will start to kind of destroy the good properties of it, so you don't want to do that. And then you store it in a glass jar where it's cool, dry, and dark. So, oh, good, Patty. I'm so glad you have some. That's so awesome. Brenda, you had chamomile come in everywhere. It's self-sowed. Yes. You would have the German chamomile, man. It would self-sow everything. Hey, Morris Patch in Heaven. Hi. And there's the Tinker's wife. Hello, Patty. Yes. Yes, so if you go back up, you can click on a link and it will open a new page, and then just come back to, it won't kick you out of the live chat at all if you do that. And afterwards, I'll put these links up on the description below my video. So you want to store them in a glass jar and then have them. So when you have them all dehydrated, you can use like 2 to 3 teaspoons for 1 cup of tea. So teaspoons now. So it's maybe a tablespoon, which would, I don't know, maybe be 3 or 4 little heads at the most. And so you put that in there for your cup of tea. You can add honey to it. There's other things that mix with it really, really, really well. It's like lemon balm, catnip. You can put mint in there if you wanted to. And then, like I said, add some honey or maple syrup to it. The Key Magic chamomile and lemon balm and mint. It's like, oh, that'd be so good. So, so good. Now, the greens of chamomile are edible, but they're a little bitter. So you could add them to a salad. Hey, Olivia, hello. I got them both here. Thank you for being here. You drink lots of mint and lemon balm. Yeah, and I did not get much lemon balm last year. I think they went bad before I was able to get them, but they're looking great this year. I have to get out there and cut them. Oh, Rebecca, thank you for being here, and I hope you get well. So growing chamomile, do you want to grow them in a pot or in your garden? There are 2 different kinds of chamomile, Morris Patch. There's a German chamomile and there's Roman chamomile. Now, the Roman chamomile it has like 1 root, and it's a perennial, and everything will grow off that 1 root. The German chamomile is an annual, but it will continue to seed and drop seeds all over the place, and it'll scatter and pop up everywhere with that. So would the greens be good in eggs? Well, it said, greens that are a little bit bitter actually aid in digestion. So, I put kale in eggs and different things, so I would imagine you could probably do that. Korean mint. Ooh. Patty, you just have like such a vast variety of mints, and I just love it. Yes, it's definitely time to start harvesting some things. Yeah, just don't let them grow and be pretty. Actually get them. We grow them for their benefits, so we want to be able to get them. You need to do another video you forgot to do when you harvested your garlic. Oh, I know sometimes it's like you have so much work to do, and you just get into it and you realize, oh man, I should have videoed that, and you just forget about it. So Yes, Patty, the German chamomile is actually a little more potent. And I think this is the more popular one, at least across Europe and Asia and then North America. So probably because it is more prolific. And how easy and fast is it for mint to grow? Mint, it takes a little bit of time to get going, 3 or 4 weeks, I think is at least my experience here. So maybe somewhere else it's different. But once it establishes, it'll grow like crazy. I know, Julie, right? Some pineapple mint. Oh my goodness, that would be so good. Guys, I have, and I'm going to do a video on this. I have got what they call wild chamomile that grows out in my my driveway and around my sidewalk and everything. And it's actually called pineapple weed, but it's also wild chamomile. And so I'm going to be doing a video on that, showing what it is, and it smells just like pineapple. And it's really good for headaches and a bunch of other things. So years and years ago, I harvested some, and I hadn't for a while. But you know what? For some reason, it doesn't grow every year because it must have to do with how dry it's been that it's come in. So you put yours in pots. Yes, that does help, Brenda, exactly. Put the mint in the pots. Oh, Gail, thank you so much. Ooh, a golden retriever. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. That's so true, Megan. It's like it'll be coming out of your ears. You didn't like the pineapple mint? Okay. Pineapple weed loves compact soils here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it grows like all around the edges of my driveway is just gravel. So it like grows around there. And then the one part of my sidewalk is just brick. It's like herringbone brick, but it likes to pop up in there. And so I'm going to go and harvest all that. It's right now, it's probably about 6 to 7 inches high. And I've been letting it grow. I haven't mowed it because I want to get out there with my video and do that and then harvest it. So, oh, good. Oh, good, Patty. I'm glad that you like that. Can you grow your mint in a container garden net? Absolutely. Mine is in a contained box. So I don't have it just like in the ground at all because I wanted to contain it. The smell of chamomile is so soothing. It just makes you feel so good. I can't wait. I have not had chamomile tea, and so I can't wait to start getting this. Strawberry mint. Oh, you guys with the different mints. Oh my goodness. Hey, Brett. Hello. Thanks for being here. So yeah, add it to your, make it an evening tea for yourself to, and I can't help but think that in the times that we're in too, when so many people are anxious and nervous or something, it would really help people who are dealing with anxiety too. That just like, hey, let's have some chamomile tea and just relax a little bit, let's chill. And so, let me see whatever else there is. Okay, we talked about companion planting at the beginning. So I will just read what it says here. For chamomile to be an effective companion plant, you must care for it properly. Plant it in a garden bed that allows it to receive full sun or partial shade in really hot climates, like if you're in Texas or Arizona or something. And make sure the soil around it is consistently moist. When chamomile is thriving, it benefits other plants growing nearby. So we talked about that. For brassicas, and those of you who are not real familiar with brassicas, oh, I'm sorry, Teresa. Yeah, dive into the chamomile tea. Probably better for you than CBD. I don't know, but so brassicas are cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, kohlrabi, turnips, and radishes. Anything that is more cold hardy in that way. But those are all vulnerable to pests like cabbage moths, cabbage butterflies, cabbage worms, all that. Chamomile is an ideal companion for all of these brassicas because its strong scent masks the aroma that actually attracts those cabbage pests. So put your cabbages just, a few inches further apart and start filling it in with chamomile. That's really neat. It goes well with basil because its presence increases the amount of essential oil that basil produces. So, yes, Megan, yeah, to have lemon balm and chamomile together, that would be really, really amazing. For fruit trees, it says, for ages, farmers have taken advantage of chamomile's antibacterial and antifungal properties by planting it near apple trees and other fruit trees to prevent fungal infections. So, especially if you're in a really wet climate and you deal with that a lot, that would be excellent. And then companion planting with cucumber. Chamomile scent helps cucumbers by attracting beneficial insects like ladybugs and hoverflies. These insects eat the harmful pests like the aphids that suck fluid from the cucumber plants. So I know, right, Karen? I mean, it's just like herbs are they're amazing and they're fantastic. And it's like they look like weeds. They were just in there, but they do so many incredible things. So if you're having trouble with cucumbers, with aphids, with cabbage moths and all this stuff, get some chamomile out there. That'd be awesome. I wonder, if you had a bunch of chamomile, if you made like a really strong chamomile, like not like a compost tea, but a chamomile liquid, that would be super strong, and then you were able to like spray it, spritz it around on your cabbages. I wonder if that would work. Something to think about. Cucumber, it doesn't say beetles, it just says the aphids on the cucumbers. So I don't know about the beetles. Oh, that's funny, Patty. Yes. Oh, you guys. All right, let me see if there's anything I missed here. Yep, anti-inflammatory. Oh, it also makes a great hair rinse. So not only does it lower your cholesterol and your blood sugar and everything else, it also can rinse your hair really nicely because it prevents mold and mildew and fungus. So all the things that you wouldn't want to do that. So you think you saw a pest spray that used chamomile somewhere? Ooh, okay, awesome. You lost all of your cucumber and squash plants due to beetles. Oh, I know. There were areas last year that were just being, well, in the last 2 to 3 years, just decimated all of their squash plants. And this year they seem to be doing better. But it's mold-free hair, absolutely. Oh, goodness sakes. Do you want me to put those links up again, or were you okay with that and just want to look for them afterwards? I know, exactly, Patty. So many benefits. He is an awesome designer, absolutely. Okay, I need to show you guys an app that I was on HOA's live show this morning. They did a live stream every Monday morning at 8 o'clock Central, so it'll be 9 o'clock Eastern. Homesteaders of America is on. Amy, who's, I guess, kind of the person in charge of the conference and everything, she gets on and for about 20 or 30 minutes, and answers questions, and they're having like some free giveaways and talking about the conference and just trying to help people through their gardening thing with all the stuff that they're going through. And oh, thanks, Karen. I really appreciate it. You're amazing. Have a blessed night. And one of the people on there in the chat was telling us about this app, and it's like, it is so cool. See if I can get it back to its home page here. Anyway, it's called From Seed to Spoon. It's an app, and it actually has it's got growing guides. Oops, I don't know if you can see it. Growing guides. No, it's too bright. Sorry. How's that? Anyway, oops. It asks you like your health benefits. I don't know if that, like let's say you want plants, you want to grow a lot of plants that help with bone and joint health, or cancer fighting plants, or eye health, or skin, hair, and nail health, or whatever. Hey, Wilderstead, hello. Yes, you're catching the tail end. I was talking about you actually earlier about maple syrup. So Alicia, that's the one to ask about the maple syrup. Okay. Dave and Amanda, Alicia Drapeau also lives in Canada. So she wants to do some maple syruping. So you guys too. Okay, yeah, acorn squash. So let's say plant list. Let's say I want things for bone and joint health, and I click on that, and it automatically creates a list of the vegetables that are really good for the bone and joint health. And, you know, fruits and vegetables, but mostly just things that you can grow. And it tells you if they're perennial or not. It tells you if they're like a cool or a warm season thing. So if you know if you need to plant like an early spring or fall garden as opposed to a summer garden. If you can plant it directly outside, or if you need to grow it, you know, start it indoors or not. I mean, it's fantastic. Like for bone and joint health, this is acorn squash, apples, apricots, and it goes alphabetically too. So arugula, asparagus, avocado, banana peppers, basil, beans, bell peppers, blackberries, blueberries, bok choy, boysenberries, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, butternut squash, cabbage, cantaloupe, cauliflower. And it's like so cool. And then it's got, oops, get back here. There'll be these little calendar things here, and you click on that, and it tells you, oh, hit the wrong thing. There we go. It pops it up to tell you exactly when to plant it and when it needs to be grown. And it's like, and then you can start as your favorites, then and you keep your own list. I mean, it's just like amazing. So it's called From Seed to Spoon, and it's a free app too. You don't have to pay anything on it. So, and then there's a section on critters, like pests and beneficials, so you can find out more about that. From Seed to Spoon. There we go. Yeah, it was just in the App Store, and so like pests and beneficials, ants, aphids, asparagus beetles, birds. So those of you with the squash beetles, it's like, what can you do with that? Let me see if it has that in here. Squash bugs. They're one of our biggest pests in the summer. Really just picking them by hand. You can use a piece of tape or a lint roller and just go out and just get them. A natural way to fight those are to release praying mantis. in there, or create a homemade garlic spray. A garlic spray would work too. So did I get that in there? Okay. Oh, Magritte, good night. Sorry, miss you. Thank you. So anyway, I mean, that's just one thing, but it's like, it's amazing. And it's got the weather, and it's got, garden hits and tips, and things that you can do, and how to sprout things. And I mean, it's just like, it's a great app. It's amazing. So anyway, I wanted to let you guys know about that app. Okay, prep tip for tonight is we're almost done. We're almost out of here. So, any other questions? Thanks, Julie. Really appreciate it. Awesome. You guys, go for it. That's so great. All right. Prep tip. Make sure that you have a well-stocked medical kit. At the very minimum, have a first aid kit, but have a good stock of bandages, of tourniquets, of medicines, of different things that you would need for the injuries that you would most likely incur for wherever you are, whether you've got 60 acres of wooded area, and you know that you're going to be potential of some serious injuries. Make sure that you're well stocked with that. It doesn't mean that you go out and buy a $500 medical kit today, but at least start building it up. See what you've got and just start building it up. And again, just like with your food stuff, just get, like if you're getting different pain meds or something like that, or ibuprofen or everything, keep track of the expiration dates, so that when you go to it 3 years down the line, you go, oh my goodness, everything expired 2 years ago. It's not going to be effective at all. So just to keep track of things, and find things that are on sale, and then just throw them in there, whether they're Band-Aids or whatever. So, but anyway, that is the prep tip here. So I know, Julie, right? It's like, who is going to keep up? So you're not able to find it from seed to spoon. Okay. Thanks, Debbie. Debbie, appreciate that. Oh, so cool. Works on a computer too. Nice. Oh, yeah, just put chamomile tea in there. All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming with me tonight and being here with me. And, just to thank all of my mods for being here and taking care of things, and putting up the links and welcoming you guys. And they're just terrific people. I really, really, all of you guys are great, but I just want to thank them and check out their channels and everything. So you guys, right now, I know there's a couple other lives going on. So Stivers are on, I think 2 family homesteads coming on pretty soon. There's a few others. So you guys take care. Thank you so much for being here. God bless, and always have hope. And we will see you next Monday here. All right. Oh, thanks so much, Debbie. I really appreciate that. Oh, those are cute pink hearts. Those are great. Thank you. All right, guys. Good night.